Hi, Tass.
Hello. Am I the
So
first
far-
face here?
Pardon?
Am I the first face?
Yeah, Hilda hasn't even made it yet.
Oh my goodness.
I just asked her if she's on, so.
Okay. Hello, beautiful. Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year to you.
Thank
And
you.
hopefully we're all looking beautiful.
Yeah, reminds me. My
Here's
beautiful-
Rude.
Is Rude coming in? You look gorgeous.
Yeah, if my hair stay where it's supposed to, but it won't, so. There's Deborah.
Rude,
Oh.
hello. Deborah,
Oh,
I'm still getting dressed.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I don't hear anything. That's strange.
We can hear you though.
What's happening here?
Oh, gosh.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Can you hear
because
me
I see
now?
her as co-host, as Robin.
There's something
Two Robins
weird.
again.
There's no sound.
Hey, Hilda. Hi.
Hi.
Do you want to change your name at the bottom to Hilda?
No.
You're going incognito.
Well, she's not incognito. There's two Robin Youngbloods.
Here we
No.
go. It's Church of the
It's
Earth
not
now.
church.
I'm Church of the Earth now.
Perfect.
Whoa. There you are. We're
Oh,
all looking
yes.
so fine.
You look like a whole church, Hilda.
Deep honor, Hilda.
Absolutely. Boy, it wouldn't happen without her, let me tell you.
I'm very grateful
Well,
to the
you're
tech
behind the
team.
scenes.
Hi, Rude.
Ah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
Hey,
Yay,
Ruth.
you're back.
We heard
Let's
you before.
get
That
Allison.
was funny. Always saying, my sound is not working. My sound is not working.
This is my new mantra for.
So many people have had that mantra this year.
Yeah. Hopefully it is working.
Especially with the masks, it's so difficult to hear what you say. Can you hear what I'm telling?
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly.
You know I teach that, don't you?
You teach what?
Gibberish.
Light language. The original language.
Crow,
Yeah.
crow language. Crow language.
When we do workshops together, there are 3 or 4 different forms that I use to get people to communicate in different ways. One of them is heart to heart. One of them is sound to sound. One of them is speaking your story in gibberish.
Oh, I love
And
it.
the other person gets to listen and reflect back the emotional content of what they heard.
It's kind of speaking in
It's
tongues.
fascinating.
Smart move.
It's kind of speaking in tongues.
Well, and it's really interesting because when people express from their emotions, their heart, about whatever it is they're talking about, but you don't have to listen to words, explanations. The listener actually gets more often from hearing it that way than if they were told some story about it. Yeah.
I
It's
did it
really
a
kind
few
of
times.
beautiful.
It's interesting.
It is, isn't it? And it brings us back into the field of childlike play, which we all need more of.
Oh, yes. We need to grow down more instead of growing up.
Okay, we got Franz. Where's Allison?
Hey, Franz.
Hello.
France.
Hi, Franz.
Hello.
Hey, Deborah, you look like one of the girls of the Baywatch.
My secret identity.
Ta-da! Now we know.
Without water, we might as well be near water, huh?
Oh, you ought to see her in a bathing suit.
Right, I'm in my pajamas, actually.
Yeah, well, I'm in my pajamas with an overlay of regalia. So the bottom half of me is all pajamas.
Party on top, bed at the bottom.
I barely had time to. I've been up since 6 o'clock working on this because the stupid calendar on 7 days of rest didn't even have us on there.
Oh,
For today.
And
They
did
had
you
us
check the
starting
times?
tomorrow.
Yeah, the times got all weird.
4
I-
o'clock,
Yeah.
they said.
The UTC time, but then when I saw that, it was like completely different. And I felt like I don't understand why this is so different. And so were you able to figure that out? And by the way, I was making
Took care of it, but boy, it took him some doing because every time he tried to post it at the correct time, it just
Yeah.
didn't show up on the calendar at all.
Wow.
But
Should
he
we
finally
check-
got it fixed. It was some sort of glitch in the system.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we check our
Sacred Earth
times
Council, which
then?
is the next one I'm on, also didn't show up today. So he had to fix that too. So
Huh.
it's all good now. Deborah, honey, when you leave that fake screen thing, it
Yes.
leaves a big hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the chair.
Yes,
Well,
it's
Part
like
of it,
a
only
ghost.
part of
doesn't
it.
really look like a chair. It looks like some odd thing.
A ghost.
Yeah.
When
So
some
good morning,
water
good
and low
evening,
carb.
world.
I got an email from someone who's joining today, and just wasn't able to find the link on the Facebook event page which made me realize that it wasn't on there yet. So I did go put the Zoom link on the Facebook event page.
Oh, good, thanks.
Late, sorry. But I don't know about the live thing. So I don't know if you're handling that, if we're still going live on Facebook as well, or
We're-
just on Zoom.
This particular Zoom automatically streams live to Facebook.
Okay.
Okay. That's the way I've got it set up.
And Rob,
So I actually made a post on our Facebook event page today with a link too. So, and I shared it out, except Facebook has now decided that I'm on 7 days of rest. I can't share anything. So if you will all share it, I would highly appreciate it.
I did, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every
there's
day
a
though.
dead- there was a dead link on there though. When trying to click through the invitation, it went to a page that wasn't active.
That's what happened to me the other day when we were testing.
I got that too, but today
It's shifted.
it says 9 of my posts go against our standards on spam.
Okay.
Way.
Yeah. Robin, a note on singing on Zoom is
Uh-huh.
if two people try to sing with their microphones on, it just creates a mess.
It does.
I'll
so
mute everybody.
Thank
Okay.
you. Tech support.
Yes.
Yay.
And being the tech support, we still have 5 minutes if we want to have a kind of a ceremony and the first guest is arriving.
Good. Let's do a prayer.
Keep her in the waiting room for a minute.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
she's in already.
You're included in our prayer then.
Hi, Gail. Oh, yay. We have somebody from Iceland, I think.
Canada.
Canada. All right. Yay, Gail. Thank you. We're so glad you're here. You're a little bit early.
Yes,
We were
that's my
doing-
Greenlandic name. Yes, my Greenlandic name.
Oh, with Anagak.
So you wanted to do a prayer to start, Robin?
Anganak.
Yes, so you're a little bit early, Gail, so we'll just go ahead and include you in our prayer, if that's all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So right on
Are
time.
Are you First Nations?
Me?
Yeah. I'm talking to you, Gail. Are you First Nations?
Her image is
Various
frozen.
First Nations, Canada and Eastern Europe.
Ah,
Mongolian, Anishinaabe, Siberian. Yes.
Oh, well, my goodness. I'm Okanagan, Cherokee, and I studied with Siberians, and Anagaka is a very good friend of mine.
Too.
We're very international. Lovely.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Let's just sink into the moment. Remember why we're here today. We've all come first because all water is sacred. And secondly, because all of the world and all of our relations need radical healing. And for this offering that we're doing and the participation of every person who comes, we give thanks today. And we ask that the words of spirit be spoken here today by each and every one of us. Aho metakuyasan.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, I'm admitting people and
I'll take care of the admitting, Robin. Don't worry.
okay. So, friends and family, welcome. Oh my goodness, we've got more and more coming.
Hello.
Aaron, hi,
Hi.
that was my dad's name.
Ah, wonderful.
It is. I like his name.
Can you hear our
You good
neighbors?
then?
Can you hear our neighbors playing the trumpet over there?
Oh, no,
So I'm going to ask, actually, I'll ask you, Hilda, to close everybody's mic for the time being, unless they're talking, okay? So, good morning, good evening, good midday, wherever we are. We're world family, and I think it's very important that we're all coming together at this time. Our co-creator here, 7 Days of Rest, I've worked with Shelley and Jan for several years now, and this first 7 days of a new year, this time of going into deep integration and rest, is very important to us. What we're doing here today and for the next 6 days is to support us all to move into the new year in our deepest authenticity and integrity, in the work that we each have to do to co-create a better world of balance and harmony. Of course, the focus this year is the World Water Law, which is very important. And if you haven't seen it, you can find it at the bottom of the homepage of 7daysofrest.org. We're here today because we all love water and we know how important it is. So I'll give a quick introduction to who I am and then pass it on to everybody else. My name is Robin Tlaquelish Youngblood. I am Shillexed, Okanagan, Cherokee, a little Dutch, a little French Canadian, and I've had the great privilege and blessing of learning from indigenous teachers around the world, from the Siberians to the Africans, from the Polynesians to the Aborigines. And each culture has its own wisdom to share. They aren't to be homogenized. They are here so that we can bring a basket together of wisdom from around the world, whether it's the Celtic cultures and the Norse cultures or the Siberian and African. Yeah. In each of the teachings that I've received over the years, water is life. Miniwachani. Yeah. In 2006, I was living in Maui, Hawaii. Deborah has a background there that shows the tropics. And it's the heart of the earth over there, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. We had small community and very intimate and very loving. And we decided to start something called Church of the Earth. Church of the Earth is a way for people of all denominations or no denomination to come together, to be in community with each other virally across the earth, and also to bring trained, ordained shamanic ministers to different places on the earth to help us understand where we're going from here. COVID's been an extremely difficult year for most everybody, sometimes including me. Yeah. And everybody's asking themselves questions, or at least they should be. Questions like, who am I? What am I doing here? Where do we go from here? How do we get there? What is it that is uniquely in me that I have to offer in service to all our relatives? And in this year of World Water Law, how can I help to protect the sacred waters, those within me and those outside of me? And with that, I'm going to give it over to the rest of us and ask each minister to share a little bit about what they've seen, who they are, and how they can contribute. If you don't mind, Tass, I'll call on you first and then just pass the talking stick if you will.
Thank you, Robin. First up is always a bit nerve-wracking. I am Taz Two Crows Flowing. Flowing is also a good one. I am a shamanic minister of Church of the Earth, and I'm here today to contribute because water flows very strongly within my ancestry of living on the rivers for many, many centuries, and this has served us well. I grew up in Namibia, where water is scarce. I'm from South Africa at the moment, but I grew up in Namibia. My dad and I were water diviners for the local farmers, using this tool, the water divining stick, and we always found water wherever we lived. And as I grew older, the consciousness of what I was doing has really shifted to speaking to the water spirits before I go water divining. And sometimes I have to say to the people that the spirits don't want them to find the water. And this happened quite strongly recently before the drought hit us here in the Western Cape between 2016 and 2018. And that the water table needed to remain stable for the water spirits. What I think is very important is for us to start right here. Everyday consciousness. From the moment we open our eyes to the ways we interact with this being of water. Shower, coffee, breakfast, rehydrating through the day, saving the water in tanks. And are we stopping to give thanks to the waters and where they're going? Down the drain to where? Are you catching your grey water? Are you using your biodegradable products? So both with wanting to connect with the water spirits themselves in meditation, which I'll be presenting on day 5, I also want to really bring practical everyday thoughts to start right here in your house. How can you contribute towards the sacredness of the water? Because this being is a being that we cannot live without. And in a water scarce country such as mine in South Africa, it's important for us to really be deeply conscious of how this is preserved. Thank you.
Please pass the stick. Can't hear you.
Franz, my brother.
Franz
Is Franz
can't hear
still
you.
here?
Yeah,
Wait.
can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay. So my spirit name is Whispering Thunder Dreamer. It's a recent name.
Oops, you froze.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Amen. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
There we go. Okay, so I'm not sure how much of that you got. So I'm also South African, and for me the journey of listening to water is also the journey of listening to my heart, which really began about 20 years ago in a much more earthy way, should I say. My first encounter with water spirits was when I went to a local astrologer who's a medicine man. And I went and I sat next to a little brook, a little running brook. And I was blown away to hear his voice echo through the water. Although he'd spoken a few weeks before, his words came strongly through the waters. And I realized that this man is connected to the waters. Even the waters are one. And then lo and behold, I did a bit of research, and I realized that his lineage is the people there are connected to the waters, and they're water diviners. So one thing led to the next, and as much as I only wanted to do massage and be a massage therapist, the shamanic path equally called me, and it literally took me by the seat of my pants and just put me on a journey, put me through a process, and yeah, life has just never been the same. And I've learned from people all over the world, traveled a bit abroad, but mainly my connection is with local African people. I studied with Grandmother Robin for a good six years, which is now about 8 years past. Yeah, and that process really woke me up even deeper. So for me, waking up and learning never stops. Connecting with the elements always goes deeper. Seeing the waters everywhere in life, it never stops. It's an ongoing journey. So I'm very delighted and privileged to be connected now to the African people, to the water lineage myself, and to try and speak from that platform.
Oh, you froze a little again. We'll be patient, folks. So while Franz frozen there, he reminded me that we are all water. I think that we're probably all capable of divining water. if we really feel it, if we really connect to water. Masaru Emoto, of course, taught us a lot about water through his Carillion photography and so forth. I'm going to share a song while we're waiting for Franz to come back here.
I'm back,
And then,
Robin.
oh, you're
What's
back. Okay, go. Go.
I'm almost done. So I just wanted to say, being a representative of the waters is really deep work, because it's a relationship thing. And the deeper you connect with water, the more you see your own heart and the deeper layers of your heart. So it's not always an easy connection, but it's a worthy connection, and it's a beautiful connection. So I'm hoping I get to share some of that with you. Aho.
What day are you presenting, Franz?
I'm on tomorrow, Robin, on day 2.
Thank you. So I'm going to take the stick back for just a minute so that I can sing this song, okay? And I want to tell you a little bit about it. Around the turn of the century, so right around 2000, a beautiful woman came to Maui, where we lived at the time, and shared this song with us. She offered it to women to share all the way around the world. Her name was Catherine Duquesne. She had a vision and had asked 13 grandmothers to come together at the Akwesasne waters in Canada. They created a sun moon staff and 13 eagle feathers on it, and they brought it to the dirtiest river in Canada purposefully. This song hadn't been sung for 150 years. When they sang it, coincidentally, Masaru Emoto showed up. He took pictures of the water beforehand, and the water was scattered. It was dirty. There were no crystals. Okay. After they sang the song to the water, he took another picture. And in that picture, the water crystals were back together in their most pristine and beautiful form. We have the ability to help the waters heal. We have the ability to change our environments, all right? And a lot of that can be accomplished with something as simple as a prayer or a song. It may not last forever because we humans do things to dirty it all up again, okay? So we need to do these things regularly. So here's the song. I'm going to ask everybody to make sure their mic is closed. And this is being recorded. It will be on our Facebook group page. So you can listen to this song and learn it yourselves if you don't already know it, okay? I can't use my drum on Zoom, so I'm just gonna tap my rhythm here. Nibi wabo endayan, aquin misqui nibi wabo, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Now, traveling around the world, I shared this song a lot. And at one point, I was with the Ojibwe people, and they said, "Oh, we women know this song. We just sing it a little differently." So the way they sing it is, Nibi wabo endayam, Miskwi nibi wabo aki, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. So you can sing with me now that your mics are off. And together we can envision the healing of the water, the water within us, the water in our water bottles, the water in the shower, the waters of the lakes and the streams and the rivers and the ocean and the rain. Nibi wabo endayan aqui misqui nibi wabo heya 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 hey heya 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 ho nibi wabo endayan misqui nibi wabo aki Hey-ya, 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 hey. Hey-ya, 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 ho. Nibi wabo endayan. Aqui misqui nibi wabo. Hey-ya, 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 hey. Hey-ya, 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 ho. One more time. Nibi wabo endayan. Misqui nibi wabo aki. Hey-ya, 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 hey. Hey-ya, 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 ho. There are many water songs. Every tribe has a water song. Every one of us has a song for water within us. Just let your voice go out. As you notice, the ending of the song, heya heya, is not a word. It's a vocable. Our teaching is that the deepest prayers of our heart can only be spoken in vocables because language confines us. Hiechatualo, it is so. Deborah.
Aloha, everyone. My name is Deborah Dove, which means peaceful warrior, and it's a reminder name to walk that path. And I first met Robin in Maui a couple of decades ago, almost at this point, and started apprenticing with her when she lived here. And Maui truly is a very beautiful place, one of the premier tourist destinations on Earth, unfortunately colonialized, with lots of beautiful running water and injection wells that are putting sewage out towards the ocean, and EMI diverting streams in order to be able to take care of the needs of the hotels, and also to take care of the needs of Monsanto, which is growing 80% of the world's GMO corn here. We rely on the aquifer that's under the island for our drinking water, and a lot of that has been polluted by development. It's still a very, very beautiful place. And it still has a whole lot of amazing nature to be in. But even here, there are issues, as there are in much of the world. I went to one of my favorite waterfalls yesterday to pray, and I got a chance to visit with one of the stewards of that waterfall, who had been doing some testing of the phosphate and the nitrate levels during the time that COVID had diminished the number of visitors from, gosh, it's been thousands of people a day to practically no one, and found that the phosphates and the nitrates were actually higher, which was strange because, you know, normally I think of people wearing artificial bug spray and sunscreen into the waters and all of the pollution that happens that way. And the health department had come out and checked her results because she thought, well, my testing kit must be wrong. And the head of the Department of Health said, oh yeah, I think that's because of the leaky sewage from Makawao and Pukalani. where a lot of the sewage is starting to seep into the water tables. So water, more than anything else, shows us, water and air really, shows us how interconnected we are. We may call them separate oceans, but they're all connected. You know, a nuclear disaster in Fukushima is going to hit all over the world. And so we have the water in our body that resonates with the water that are through all of the bodies of Gaia. And what can we do? We can be with the reality. We can bless and honor and be blessed and honored by the water that we have access to, and help support others who don't have the same access. And then to pray over the waters and to sing with the waters. As Robin mentioned, Dr. Emoto had done a lot of research that's been backed up by other people, that as we pray and put our good intentions into the waters and sing with them, that there is some power to clear. And take the Kumbh Mela in India, where there's, you know, a lot of pollution in the sacred rivers, and yet people go and get healed because of the strength of the prayer and the intention. So on Monday, as part of this event, I will be sharing a sing-along for us to sing to the waters and with the waters. And just as a little preview, right now I'll share a song, and on Monday we'll do all of them call and response, so that it's easy to sing along. And this first one, which is also the first one we'll be starting with on Monday, is a beautiful song for the water written by my sister, soul sister, Alexis Sunshine Rose, who also used to live in Maui and now is on the West Coast. And so I'll sing it call and response. I'll sing it the second time too, so that it's easy for you to learn it and sing it with. And it goes like this. Mother of the water, Mother of the water, Mother of us all, Mother of us all, dreams and new beginnings, dreams and new beginnings, streams and waterfalls, streams and waterfalls, Mother of the water, Mother of the water, Mother of us all, Mother of us all, dreams and new beginnings, dreams and new beginnings, flowing over all, flowing over all. So let's put that all together. Mother of the water, Mother of us all, dreams and new beginnings, streams and waterfalls, Mother of the water, Mother of us all, dreams and new beginnings, flowing over all. I invite you to take a nice deep breath and tune in with the living waters in your body. sending love to the waters within, knowing that the waters within are connected to the waters without. And that as we harmonize, that is one way that we can help. And of course, it's not the only way. Still, reach out to our politicians and the scientists and do the work in our communities. But within that, let's keep our prayers strong. So thanks, and I hope to see anyone who'd like to learn more water songs on Monday. And I'm going to hand it over to Hilde.
Okay. This wasn't planned. My name is Hilde. And I actually, in the first place, joined as a tech support. So I'll be joining every day this week as a tech support for everybody. And it's only 2 years ago that I met Robin for the first time. And ever since I've been a follower, if I can say it this way, a student, and she's been way more than only just a grandmother. I won't be sharing a special day this week. As I said, I'll be joining just as a tech support. Thank you. I'll hand over to Ruud.
Thank you, Hilde, for your care. And thank you for your beautiful song, Deborah, and the ones before, connect us with that spirit of the water. My name is Ruud West. My spirit name is Sun Eagle. I'm a Dutchman. I live in a country with an abundance of water. And that makes me so conscious of the people that are lacking water and that are living with polluted water, the African countries. When I take a shower, I almost not to stand too long under the shower, while we still have here so much water. 45% for the ones that may not know of this country is under sea level. The deepest point is 12 meters, like a little bit more than 6 feet under sea level. And I met Robin, I don't know how many years ago, but I started the Dance to Heal the Earth in the Netherlands that Robin brought to different countries in '66. And I have been dancing that dance for 6 years around the sacred tree in the harbor. And the last year, Robin and Bert, her spiritual partner, couldn't come over. So I was leading with Annette the dance and was an intercessor and leader of the dance patterns. And that was a great gift. And it was like I knew it already. It went almost smooth. Amazing. And the same thing happened with me with the Sweat Lodge 30 years ago. When I met the Sweat Lodge, people saw that I knew it already. And in every country where I come, I build a sweat and I do the ritual with the people. And that have been 6 countries till now. And when you are in the sweat, in the womb of the Mother Earth, that place that most of us forgot when we were in the womb of our mother. When we are in the womb of the Mother Earth and the water is poured on the stone beings, then it's not just steam, it's the breath of spirit that moves. And that breath of spirit connects us all. So I welcome you so much, sisters and brothers, on this call, because we are not only connected with the sound of the words, we are in non-locality together now. In that purpose we share, in that mission we share, for the care for the Mother Earth and the waters. We are connected by water, the primary unifying principle of all life. And not only through the vapors, the steam, the waters, in our body in the oceans. No, no, we are connected by the spirit of water. Because water has memory. Water knows. Water is a being. I'm a biologist too. In a past life, I have several past lives. As a mountaineer, but also as a free diver all around the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and the Red Sea. I know how it is to be in the ocean and to float, remembering the womb space. It's a safe place to be. So, but Dr. Matsuru Emoto was mentioned. Water has memory. It can get visible. Homeopathy, same thing. Strongly diluted agents carry the spirit of that agent that's put in the water. But it's also scientifically proven. Water has not only three phases, water, ice, and steam. It has a fourth phase that is in the surface of the water, where the water in a two-dimensional pattern creates an honeycomb pattern. And it's scientifically proven just a few years ago. And electromagnetic fields have a strong influence there. There the water is not H2O, that water structure is H3O2. And not to make it too scientific, but because we don't need that, we just know, of course. But it's important because the surface of all our cells and the bodies, the little bodies in our cells, that is such an extremely big surface. That surface is touched by the water in that fourth state, that state of H3O2, that structure, and it carries memory. The memory is not only in the nucleus of our cells, it's in that extreme surface of all these millions of cells in our body. And that beautiful wisdom of the Mother Earth and nature is coming out now in science, and science and spirit are meeting each other. So we live in a beautiful time, and yeah, thank you for being together, being united in this field of the blood of the Sacred Mother. And I celebrate with you what is coming, and we will be strong warriors to take care of what needs to be taken care of in a good way. Thank you. Pilamia. And Alison.
Thank you, Ruud. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. My name's Allison Young, and I currently reside in the Pacific Northwest. I'm realizing as we are talking, I'm reminded of the fact that I always feel like I need to be close to the water. That is home to me. I always feel like I need to be coastal somehow with access to the water, and that it is a place that always feels calming and soothing and feels like home. In my earliest memories, I don't even know if I can pinpoint an age, but young, have felt like I've received the voices of beings, earth, waters, animals, plants, and I have felt this pull and call to be an advocate, and help with awareness or education, somehow working to support Earth and all of us who share this home. I am an interspecies communicator. Have been studying traditional healing and indigenous cultures since like '93. have been working with Robin on almost 7 years now. I'm a shamanic minister with Church of the Earth. And recently, let me back up, 2014, I came to Arizona to do a blessing for the waters with the the Council of 13 Indigenous Grandmothers. We went to the well, Montezuma well, and this is the same time, same day as the mudslide here in Washington. And I came away from that trip changed. Water is transformational, one way or another. It is life-giving, can be life-taking, healing, balancing. And from that time, started really hearing the voice of water asking for partnership, awareness, support. First came through as algae, as a life form to study. And in this last year, it has been calling more and more water beings showing up, whales, orcas. I have felt the dance of water within. It is universal. It flows through all of us, through all life. It connects all of us. As many of us have already shared, water has memory. It carries ancient memory, and it is in our lifeblood. It is the lifeblood within all things. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. It doesn't matter. It's universal, non-discriminating. And I'm here because I have felt the call to action. I am offering an embodied movement and meditation experience on the 5th day to activate the voice of the water within. Water takes shape and form. It responds to sound and vibration. There's a story of the snowflakes. There's many stories, right? There's an old Druid story about water traveling and changing state and form. The same waters that started here travel all across the earth and wind up somewhere else and eventually evaporate as rain when there's no more river and the water reaches the desert. How does it get across? Well, it evaporates and then it comes flowing back down as rain. And there's a story of snowflakes are the crystallized patterns of our dreams and wishes. And when the snowflakes come falling back down to the earth drinks those wishes and dreams and prayers into her being to take root and bloom. We have water within us. We are water beings. It's our first home, our first environment. As people, we develop in water. We are born through water and it flows within us. So on my Wednesday, whatever the 5th day is for everybody, I'll be offering a movement and meditation practice to activate the voice of the waters within us, to connect us with the waters that flow within and around us, through each other and all our relations, and hopefully inspire small steps of change and action to help take care of the waters, partners in healing together. I think that's all I need to say for now.
Thank you, Allison. You remind me that all the elements have at least four forms, and that each of those forms has a teaching for us, because it's not just how they form outside us, they also form that way inside us. Yeah. And what you said, Ruth, about the surface of the water When something changes in our form inside us, it also changes on the larger surface. So every bit of work that each of us does personally, it's like the ripple in the pond. It flows out to change in the world as well. Every one of us is really important to what we're doing here. And our uniqueness is important because we each contribute in a little different way. Farah, thanks for telling me it's snowing. I'm so glad it's not snowing down here. Ah, dear. I would like us to go into small breakout rooms for a little while. And just before I do that, I want to lead us with a river song. Okay. So, this is a much faster song than the other one I sang. So, Wichita, do-we-ya, do-we-ya, do-we-ya. Wichita, do-we-ya, do-we-ya, eh. Wichita, do-we-ya, do-we-ya, do-we-ya. Wichita, do-we-ya, do-we-ya, eh. Washataneo, eh-ya, eh. Washataneo, eh-ya, eh. Washataneo, eh-ya, eh. Washataneo, eh-ya, eh. Wichita, do-ya, do-ya, do-ya. Wichita, do-ya, do-ya, eh. Wichita, do-ya, do-ya, do-ya. Wichita, do-ya, do-ya, eh. Washataneo, eh-ya, eh-ya. Washataneo, eh-ya, eh. Washataneo, eh-ya, eh. Washataneo, eh-ya, eh. Woo! That's the song of the little deer and the mama deer going to the water for a drink, and the little bear and the mama bear going to the water for a drink. So at this moment, Hilda, if I've got my division right, it's 3 or 4 in a room, and one of us will be in each of those rooms. We have about another 20 minutes left, so let's make it a 15-minute talking circle, and then come back for a closing prayer. Is that okay?
Okay, can you make me host? Because as a co-host, I can't go divide you into breakout rooms.
Sure. Let me find you. There's a lot of us on here. There you go. Your
Okay.
host.
Yes. You just keep talking for a few minutes, Robin.
Okay.
How many rooms do you want? We have 19 people.
Well, that's about 4 to a room. One's going to end up, or 5 to a room. That's going to end up with, yeah, let's do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'm so grateful that Hilda is with us because I don't know this technology. I don't want to know this technology. And I'm so grateful that we have it, because this year with the COVID and all the things we've been through, even though it's been such a teacher for us that we are all connected, whether we're in the same place and time or not. Yeah. So many people feel very isolated right now, but that's a program in your mind. We are not isolated. We are connected just like the waters all over the world. And it's such a special blessing that we have been given this technology. I've thought a lot about WWW, the World Wide Web, this year. And 15 minutes, Hilda. And I think it's no coincidence, even though they thought they were forming it for a different reason, that we have the World Wide Web to use in this time. Web, it's the web of creation. And together we can co-create something new and better that has not been seen before. Thank you.
And there's Heidi already and Terry. There we are again. Are we so fast or what
What
happened?
happened? It said that it was taking us back to the main room, right? Are we the first ones here?
Oh, there's again. Oh, there we are. Yeah. No, at the end,
komen ze weer terug en dan nog even
Hilde is in
samenvatten, dan
control.
is het klaar.
Yeah.
Woo, we're all back. All right. Oh, I love seeing your Christmas tree, Lucy.
Nice.
So at this moment, hi. Let's see, who was that I saw for a moment there? Oh, I love the beautiful husky. White wolf. Heidi, it was you I got to see. Before that, you didn't have your camera on. It's wonderful to see you.
And
Please?
it's good to see you as well, Robin.
Yeah. And I want to say that I really appreciate that we have several men here today. This is unusual in a water environment. A lot of times our brothers find it hard to come to that place of flow. And I want to really appreciate that that is changing in the masculine right now. And that you're here to do your work as we are. Yeah. I hope that didn't come out awkward. I just want to tell you, I love you.
Then it's good, Robin. It's good to be here. And the last thing we spoke about was being in a state of flow. And
Perfect.
And that's the way to move through these times.
So I think I want to close with a song. I wasn't going to, but the word flow brings this song to mind. It's a song from our Northwest coastal people. And what I always see when I sing this song is a feather floating down and landing on the surface of the water and flowing. So may that be what happens for all of us today and wherever we go from here. Okay? Oh, 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 can sing it with me. Oh, 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 in our Northwest Coastal way, that is giving a blessing to the universe and receiving it in return. So let's end on that note. Oh.
Ooh.
Thank you all. Hilda, you can close us out, I think.
Thank you, everybody.